The Philippines, more recently has become a place that's been known for, man, for some huge things. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, you talk about, that's probably the most well-known boxer in history, Manny Pacquiao. This guy got more championship in different weight classes than any other boxer, man. I mean, he is an icon in the Philippines. You got Manny Pacquiao. Back in the day, you had an artist, a guitarist named Freddie Aguilar. Very good. I think he sang like, he was more like folk music, I think. It's folk, but then he could go jazzy with it. He can even go blues, you know. But Freddie Aguilar was a staple in the Philippines. They just lost an icon in movies and film, Nora Honora. You know, she just passed away in her 70s. And so there's been like, man, a week or two of mourning over the passing of Nora Honora. So I've had an opportunity to visit actually some other famous Filipinos, actually grave sites down there, because my her family's buried at some of these cemeteries, such as Fernando Poe Jr., former president, former film star. Some of the former Philippine presidents like Jose Rizal, some of those famous leaders and stuff, man. And so there's a lot of history in the Philippines, man, a lot of history there. And so, yeah, Nora Nora's one that it's almost like they were honoring a president. And the way my wife put it, she's honored more than the president is. I mean, she is the Philippines, Nora Nora, and she carried the Philippines on her back. You know, for a number of years, Nora actually lived in the U.S. She actually lived in the U.S. for a number of years, and I didn't understand what was going on at the time, but man, she went back to the Philippines and rose right back to the top. Well, let me just say, she never fell off. You know what I'm saying? When I say rose back to the top, it would insinuate she kind of fell off, but I don't think she never really fell off. I think she decided to step away from the limelight and step away from the camera and take care of her, you know. But you know, God bless Nora Honora, and may she rest well in heaven. But the Philippines also has, I've noticed here in America, I'm starting to see more and more Filipino actors and actresses in American television, cinema, which is interesting. In particular, there was one show recently on Max, which I think is Cinemax, something like that. It's called The Pit. It's called The Pit. It's a series about emergency room in a hospital, and they go through a whole shift. And I think they broke it up into maybe 12 episodes or something like that. I can't remember, but it's called The Pit. And in there are two Filipinos, and I'm not gonna go into what they were doing to talk about to give it away, but they played parts well. I think one was a nurse. I think one may have been a doctor or something like that. But sometimes when they would get into tense moments or situations by themselves, they would switch languages and start talking Tagalog, which is that's the Philippine language. They would talk Tagalog, and we'd just be laughing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of course they got that strong Filipino bond. Because a Filipino is gonna look out for Filipino, you know, as they should. You know what I'm saying? But The Pit is a great show, by the way, a hospital show. And so Filipinos definitely making their way around the entertainment world. Hollywood has started to realize the value in Filipinos. I'll tell you right now, man, I've watched Filipino shows, you know, since I started going to the Philippines in the 80s, man. Well, since I went there in 88. And I've never seen a more dramatic people in acting. I'm serious. I've never never even said that out loud, but I've never ever seen a more really realistic and dramatic actor, actress than Filipinos, man. Particularly when they are in movies where there's a lot of drama, where there's tears, you know, things like that. But man, I mean, because they're such a compassionate people, they know how to really pull out the best of themselves and play the parts well.